Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Be Human Again, your favorite YouTube channel where we talk about life issues, societal values, and of course our humanity. My name is Michael Celestine Echezona.
And I am Ohaka Okechukwu. Welcome once again. Today we're going to be discussing about the trending topic all around the world right now, COVID-19. We're going to be discussing it as it pertains Nigeria. COVID-19 in Nigeria, true or scam? What do you think?
Well, what I think, I don't know, COVID-19 is a very, sensitive topic to talk about in the world right now because it affects so many people. We've seen so many deaths and people suffering and all that. But when it comes to Nigeria, I think we are being scammed. Pardon me. I think the government is either scamming us or just not telling us the whole truth. Because I don't see any evidence. Everything that we've seen around us is telling us that this virus is not in Nigeria. If we look at it from the other side, from what we've seen from the other countries, from other continents, and how people die and how people fall sick, reports from the news channels, from the media and all that, and compared to what we are getting in this country, it's on the right track that somebody, even with your right senses and your intellectual exposure and everything, to believe that there is no virus in this country, there is no COVID-19 in this country. I mean, recently, New York Times published the names of all the deaths in the US on the front page of the paper, with their names, what they were doing before they died, what they were known for, their addresses. What could be more true than that? What do we get in this country? Life scores, life charts on every day. NCD 20 new cases, and it's added up to what we have.
Well, I don't want to call you names, but I'm just going to say it this way. Wait, so you are among those who don't believe that COVID-19 is in Nigeria right now?
Yeah.
I want to be sure that this is what you're saying.
Yeah,
and you're saying it
believe.
Because you have not seen dead people's name on TV, or you have not seen one of the dailies publish names of the dead people or publish their pictures on daily newspapers, or probably on TV stations.
That is just one of the reasons why I don't believe. Not like that is the main reason why I don't believe.
Well, I don't know how else to say it. I've said it to a lot of people, and I'm still going to say it right now. The virus might be vaguely represented by the people who are responsible for it. That is the World Health Organization and all other authorities all around the world. They don't do the right job per se in the area of giving us the right information. I would agree on that, because so many of the issues concerning the virus are clashing with each other. They tell us it's airborne, and then it lands on surfaces. It can be protected by wearing face mask. You can be protected by wearing cloth mask and all whatnot. Yes, I agree. A lot of things don't add up, but that doesn't remove the fact that the virus is here in this country. You can't tell me that you have not heard of people who have died of this virus, or people who have recovered from this virus. Yes, on daily basis we get
life scores.
That's what you call it.
That's what
we
it
get
is.
Updates from the NCDC, and they tell us how many people who have been infected by it, and how many people who have recovered from it, and how many people who have died from it. I know of a few people who said their relative died during this time. Now, it's possible that they might have died
of something else. Yeah,
agreed. It's also possible that they might have died of the virus, because the report says they died of complications resulting from COVID-19. So I'm going to state it categorically here that anyone who does not believe that the virus is in Nigeria, okay, I'm not going to call them names. Let me put it that way.
No, you putting what that way? You didn't say anything.
Yes, I don't want to say it because I don't want to call people names. I've not had breakfast today, so I don't want somebody to punch me on live television.
Okay, you don't believe, you don't blame people for not believing that the virus is in Nigeria. You don't blame them for not believing.
I'm not blaming anybody, and that is why I stopped myself from calling names. But from the look of things, wait, let's put it this way. A lot of people came in from the US, UK, and all other places between January and March or thereabouts. There were flights moving here and there. Are you trying to tell me that those people who came in, while they were coming in, they dropped the virus there and they didn't bring it in? Or you want to say that none of the people who came into the country during this time came in with it? Of course, someone might have come in with it, and there's a possibility that they've recovered. There's a possibility that some folks recovered from the virus and some died.
Assume. For the sake of this discussion,
I don't
assume.
agree with that, your assumption. Let's agree that
okay,
the virus is in Nigeria.
For these 3 seconds that the virus is in this country. What do you make of these videos that we see of isolation centers? I mean, we've seen videos of isolation centers from the US, the UK, and all over that. And what we see people suffering. We see people with oxygen and ventilators and everything. We see nurses with PPE and all that. But in Nigeria, what do we see? We see people reported to be suffering from COVID-19, protesting for not being treated well. We see people reported of having COVID-19, dining, dancing, and having fun. We see nurses, front care workers that are supposed to be on PPE, working inside a isolation center without any PPE.
Well,
how do you marry the two? That there's virus and these people are not doing anything. The ones that were told that we are sick, the ones that we were told that we are sick, are just there having fun per se. Some are protesting for not being given whatever they were protesting for. I don't know.
I wanted you to finish saying all these things before I now say my own. In Nigeria, we know, I mean, every Nigerian knows, except you want to lie to yourself, that the system does not work.
Okay.
Almost every one of us would attest to the fact that the government is a scam.
Okay, which means COVID-19 situation in Nigeria is a scam.
No. There are certain things that you can agree with me that they are scamming us of, not this one.
If the government is a scam, that means everything about the government is a scam, including COVID-19.
That's not true. That's not true. The government is a scam. We agree. That doesn't mean that the virus itself is a scam. They might be scamming us because of the virus. They might be scamming us with the virus, as their backbone. But that doesn't mean that the virus itself is a scam. Now, the numbers add up. People travel. People traveled. And they went to other places. Came back to Nigeria. Those places where they went to, there were cases of the COVID-19, the outbreak.
Yeah.
And they came back to Nigeria. And I'm asking again, are you trying to tell me that while they were coming back, they dropped all the viruses they were coming with and then walked into Nigeria without any virus?
Or heard anybody that returned from these places, these countries,
yes,
that there were known cases of the virus that came back sick? Sick.
Okay, you're talking about coming back sick.
Yes.
The virus itself, like I said earlier, has not been reported the way it should be. Even in US, in UK, all over the world, you hear of people who are protesting about the way the government or the people responsible for reporting about the virus are doing their jobs. They are giving us mixed information. They are giving us mixed information. Someone will tell you the virus is flying up, the other will tell you the virus is flying down. So I want to believe that same is the case with Nigeria. Nigeria is not different from other places. So the reporting might have discrepancies. That doesn't mean that the virus is not here. Those people who you are talking about now might have come back with the virus. Remember, the World Health Organization tells us that the virus has 14 days incubation period. So they might come in. I know of one in Abuja, I think one Nuhu in Abuja, who got the virus. He came from 6-day trip from the UK. When he came back, he didn't feel sick. He was tested positive. He didn't feel sick. He was isolated. He still didn't feel sick until they kept on doing their testing until he was given medications. He came out from the isolation negative. So the virus might be there, and it's not killing as it's killing in other places, probably because of our region. Have you also heard that the sun combats it? We heard something like that. We don't know which one is true.
Let me cut you short there. Sometime last week, there was a report on the national dailies that the government requested the Madagascar remedy for COVID-19. And sometime this week again, there's a report that the presidency has not approved for this remedy to be taken to NAFDAC for checks or approval or whatever. It's still wherever it is stored. If there is this virus in Nigeria, and this remedy that came in from Madagascar has been proved to be helping Madagascar to curtail the spread of the virus, why is the government not making use of this remedy that was gotten?
As you cut me short, let me to cut you short.
Okay.
The people who you are referring to when you are judging the Nigerian case, you are talking about the US, how US has published the names of those who were sick on their day.
No, I asked a question. You're taking out. You're going out of the question.
You referred to them. I'm going to answer your question. But
okay.
Referring to what you said earlier, you're referring to the US for maybe leading the fight against the virus by putting the names of those who were sick on their dailies. Do you also know that the US has not approved of this remedy you're talking about? They have not brought it in from Madagascar to the US.
Okay, why did the federal government bring it in if they know they're not going to make use of it?
Probably they are still...
And Madagascar is charging us billions for that remedy.
That part now does not concern what we are talking about.
No,
we
it
are
does.
asking if the virus is actually in Nigeria.
It does.
And I'm saying that it is in Nigeria. The virus is in Nigeria.
What exactly do you have? What point exactly do you have? What evidence exactly do you have?
Are you trying to tell me that the authorities will fabricate deaths? Tell us that people are dying.
We've seen wars in this country. We have seen wars.
We've seen wars, I agree.
Yeah,
but this time around, because we are also seeing this same thing all over the world, that is why I am inclined to believe that the virus is here. I'm seeing that people are dying in the US. I'm hearing that people are dying in the UK, in France, in other places. So why would I now doubt when my own government tells me that people are dying here as well of this virus, which the World Health Organization has termed global pandemic, which means it's everywhere in the world? Why would I now say it's not in Nigeria? Did Nigeria shut its border spiritually and say COVID-19 should not enter? The virus is here.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a very vital question right now.
We are listening.
Sometime in March, I think last week of March, the nation went on total lockdown, as it was said. We were on lockdown and cases keep rising. Okay, understandable. After the lockdown, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, the government said they want to leave the lockdown. They want to leave the lockdown for people to go out Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. And I want to ask, is this virus in any agreement with the federal government of Nigeria? That, okay, you go out on Monday, I'll go out on Tuesday, you go out on Wednesday, I will go out on Friday. I want to understand something. And while you're pondering on that question now, after some time, we were now told that, okay, some places that were closed, some places that require a large amount of people to operate, like markets, are now being allowed to operate on some certain days. What are we trying to do? Who are we trying to fool in this country? You allow people to go to the market and come back home on some days. Are the virus on vacation on those days? If these virus are really in this country and the government is really trying to do something to curb it, isn't total lockdown the solution? They are doing all this because they know that, okay, there is no virus in this country. I will actually just, fooling all these people, and while we are fooling them, the economy is crashing. So we need to at least put up something so that the economy will not crash alongside our scam. You understand? Because I don't see a reason why you have to open market on some days in a country that you claim to have a virus that spreads by human contact. And again, during this lift on the lockdown, we didn't record any rapid increment in the number of the confirmed cases. Does it mean that people don't touch themselves at the markets?
Well, even as we are drawing to the end of this video, I will answer your questions as like this, with questions.
Okay.
Have you heard from the World Health Organization about this virus before?
I have.
How many days incubation period did they say the virus lasts in human body?
14.
14 days.
Yes.
Wonderful. Have you also heard about the preventive measures of this virus from the World Health Organization?
Yes, wear your face mask, wash your hands regularly, use hand sanitizers, and avoid human contact, which you are not avoiding at the market
What
space.
you have said now, it means that we are still on point. The 14-day period was exceeded by probably another 15 days. We stayed at home for about 30 days or thereabout. I think 40-something days, which means we have stayed the 14 days, we have stayed another 14 days 2 times. So if peradventure someone had the virus after the first 14 days, like I said before, people recovered from this virus from taking drugs, from taking natural herbs. We've heard it all over the places, which means you can actually recover from this virus.
Why are others not recovering?
It's possible that the virus is not as deadly as it is in the US. It's a possibility. We have not come in contact with the virus, thank God. So I cannot say for sure. He has not discussed with me to tell me how it operates. So I cannot say for sure how it operates. All I can say is from the things we have heard, the lifting of the lockdown came with a law that says everyone must wear face masks while walking around. Every shop, stall, or market must have a point of hand wash and sanitizers made available.
Have you been to any markets? How many of those things do you see?
And the masks are being observed everywhere I go.
That's not true.
Everywhere I go, I see people. Of course, I see a few people flaunting the directives, which is normal with humans. That doesn't mean that other people who are protecting themselves are not doing so. I use my hand sanitizers on daily basis, and I know my friends and neighbors do. So we are killing the virus if it comes in contact with us, which means that the virus might have been defeated. I think the slogan was, let's flatten the curve, which means we are still recording minor cases, reduced cases. The curves have been flattened. That's my belief. The virus is here, but the curves have been flattened.
Okay, that's how we come to the end of this episode on Let's Be Human Again. COVID-19 in Nigeria, is it real or scam?
It's real.
We want to hear from you. Why I believe that it's a scam. We want to hear from you. What do you think about the virus in this country? Do you believe that the government is scamming us? Do you believe that the virus is really in this country the way the government tells us? Or are they just trying to use us to do some, scam or secret something that we don't know? So let's hear from you from the comment section. And once again, thank you for being with us today on this episode. Till we see you next time, I am still Michael Celestine.
And I am Ohaka Okechukwu. Stay safe, wash your hands, and use your face mask. Bye.